The following is a transcript between Matías De Stefano, referred to as me, and his higher self, referred to as I am, originally produced on July 4th, 2021, under the constellation of Cancer in the mental week, examining through the heart chakra. Me, flow, I am. Oh, do you want to talk? Me, I don't know. I can't sleep. I just watched a whole series, nonstop. I thought it would clear my head, but in reality, it just made me feel worse. I am. Why? Me. Similarities with my life, maybe. But I started to understand how to flow, maybe. I still don't know. I am. And what do you expect from life? Me. Nothing anymore. I know I get tragic, but hey, aren't I the ego? That's my role in this, isn't it? I am, if that's the way you want to look at it. Well, yes. What keeps you so sad? Me. The truth? I don't know. I feel things that I don't understand, that I can't put logic to. I feel things that, if I try to understand them, I know they are reversible in less than a second. That's why I don't want to talk to you. I am. Why? Me. Because you will make me understand them, and I don't want to. I don't want to understand them. I am. Do you want to feel them? Me. Yes. I want you to shut up. I don't want to hear your voice putting reason to all of my feelings. I'm tired of being spiritual, of bringing everything to consciousness. I'm tired of understanding things. I want to feel them and not be responsible for the garbage, I might say. I am, but you need me. Me. What for? I am. Who else would you talk to? To others? To mirrors of yourself? Me. I am. No matter how much you say to others, you will always have their point of view, never a neutral one. Everyone projects an emotion into you, a bond, a need, a will, a love. Not me. I project nothing in you because I am you. The question is, what do you project in me? Me. I don't know. I am. You're afraid of being me, aren't you? Me. Yes. I am. You still remember how painful it was as a child to be afraid of my presence. Don't let gone come. Me. They were afraid of you, or you were tired them out. You were too straight and apathetic. I am. Are you sure they were afraid of me, or were you? Me. Every time I connected to you, that we were one, my world fell apart. My friends were afraid of me. They used to say, I want to talk to Matias, but the normal Matias, not the other one. And my family too. When there were chores to be done, and you were the one who indicated, everybody made an expression like, I don't know how to say it. I am. Ironic contempt. Me. Yes. That's why I disconnected from you for a while. I wanted to be normal, to make my mistakes, not to think about things. I am. To flow like a river. Me. Yes. To change the channel without thinking, without fear of what it drags, without that voice telling me that way or not that way. I am. The voice of consciousness? Me. Exactly. It made me cold, distant, mental. I am. And now you have decided to let the subconscious go for a walk? Me. Yes. Free. And it's full of shit. I am. A lot of sediment. A river carries everything it finds from the top of the mountains and brings all of that stuff to the streams and deposits on it. And after thousands of years, it carried it all out to sea for miles around. That is to say, a tiny grain of silica spilt from the high hills where it rains and snow have hit can travel thousands of miles to the beaches of the sea, passing through every corner of the river. Everything that your subconscious is letting out emerges from the waters that come from the beginning of your journey. The muds, the minerals, the branches, the stones, the grains of sand, the bones, the tissues, the seeds, everything travels through the river of life. Consciousness keeps that river in a channel, but that does not mean that the river sometimes overflows. When a lot of water suddenly reaches the mountains, the flow overflows, and it drags the larger elements and surpassing the limits imposed by the environment, flooding everything around. Me, breaking dams and destroying villages. I am, in some cases, yes, like the Nile, which rises in the Victoria in Uganda, and the Tana Lakes in Ethiopia, joining the Khartoum in Sudan, to continue to the Mediterranean, carrying a huge flow from much of Africa through the fertile valley, which until not more than 60 years ago used to overflow and fill the fields, something impossible today because of the Aswan Dam. The river is like an emotional path. It is the energetic force of a territory, the vitality, the kundalini, and the silt banks creates the power centers or the chakras of its strength. A dam impedes the flow of energy. It is a great emotional blockage that accumulates the force. It stagnates life. We all build dams for fear of affecting the inhabitants of the chakras. Throughout life, in our power centers, they settle people, traditions, links, desires, which create towns and cities, which overtake our energy flow. Not because they are bad, but because it is simply there to be used. So, we create dams to contain the river's own forces, but not to harm those who have settled in on the banks. Sometimes those who live in one side or the other argue for more water, more attention, and call themselves rivals, coming from rivus, river in Latin, those who are on each side facing each other. The dams we build are to avoid damaging them. Thus, in the floods, you can control your strength and not drown others. But, my friend, nothing can stop such a great power that asks to reach the sea. Me. Then what should we let them drown? I am. The only one who is drowning is you. The sediments of millions of years are building up in the floodgates of your dams, and the walls can no longer hold it. The subconscious begins to overflow, and when it does, it hurts. And those that have settled in your chakra are uncomfortable, affected by the same river that gave them life and now threatens to take it away. Me, it is painful. I am. It is painful to have built the dam, knowing that every river will seek a way to return to its original course, and that river is life. Me. And where did the river that carries so much garbage begin? I am. We could go back as far in time, although we would be far away from the earth. Me. Remind me. I am. The first drop that fell on the top of the mountains was that moment of curiosity when I stopped seeing the geometric dimensions to wonder about its results. Me. The first time I saw the third dimension? I am. Oh, you remember. Me. YOSOY.RED. I am. The field of dreams. This place between dimensions are the mental channels that download the data between the different levels of consciousness. They are the tunnels through which entities communicate, and therefore when spirits travel between realities, they pass through what we commonly call the field of dreams, where data constructs possibilities, which end up being downloaded into the minds of living beings. We built dreams. I remember there was a being there. I don't remember his name, but he taught me to connect geometries with emotions. I am. It was where we received the first call. I saw in dreams incredible things related to gravity, to life, to eating, to feeling. I saw for the first time the third dimension, and I couldn't get it out of my head. Well, out of my mind, what it would have been like to live there. I am, and so the universe called us, and we began to practice being born, being a mineral, being a gas, being a vegetable. I remember being a tree. It was beautiful, a sensation, magical. I am, until you were born. It was on Impha, the planet of 1,000 satellites. It was my first family. I am. Oh, what brings you the first family? We were a herd, many amphibians. We hatched in eggs inside communal houses. I remember seeing colors much stronger than here on Earth, and the sky full of moons like irregular rings. I did everything I could to save them. The invasion was imminent, and I saw myself unable to do anything. I am. You couldn't do anything for them. It wasn't your fault. You were just one more. Where I did feel guilt was on Rigel, where I was born in a dull world. I felt that what I was doing was right. I was seeding worlds, sending people almost to kamikaze to be born in other worlds. I still feel guilty because now that I live here, I know what it's like to be here, and I feel that many have come here because of me, and that I do nothing more than to keep dragging them into my plans. What I did at Rigel defined my many reasons for being here. I am. And from the feeling, it makes me nauseous. I think that I had one of the culprits that many did not know how to get rid of in this world. That's why I came, trying to make amends for my mistake. And in spite of that, I keep making plans and plans and plans, one after the other, and instead of releasing them, it seems that we bury ourselves more and more. I am. You have arrived at the mistake, haven't you? The sediments of the first mistake that you consider your own. Error, guilt, and nothing more than reminder words, but nothing more. The universe flows like a river. You can't blame a grain of sand for diverting the course of the Amazon. But that's what I feel. I feel something I tried to make amends for in Gludak, of the Syrian system. But I never got there. I always wanted to put myself at the service of developing worlds, but no one ever took me into consideration. The furthest I got was communications, and with luck, the assistant to the principal. All my life, I was an assistant taking orders. Arak, sending this. Arak, fetching that. Arak, order this. When I heard that the Trevitz needed to hide the Proticta on a distant world, I volunteered to develop a communications plan with the developing worlds of the Confederacy. But no, Arak, take this. Arak, clean up here. I am. And your family? Me. There was no family. I could identify 2 or 3 closest to me, but I was lonely. I am. Oh, alone. Trying to communicate to a world. Me. Luckily, I managed to be born here and be at the foot of a canyon. And yet, I feel like all I did was kick the responsibility for later. I am. And Shui, you had no choice but to follow the general mandate of the families. Me, the damn Atlantean families. All for maintaining the status quo. As you know, it always pained me to have to stood idly by, as if I could do nothing, kicking the ball into the future. Naga, Noga, generation after generation. And now here I am, in the place where I once stood, on the side of the pyramids, pretending to have transcended those pains, when in reality I'm still mourning them. Coward. When my father died, my mother could not hold the weight of the government, and the responsibility fell on me. I am. And how do you feel? Me. I never had the courage to cry out to her how I felt, or to tell her that I thought that she was a coward. She left me at the expense of the powers of a country, just for a duel that lasted her life. We all wanted to cry, but no, we had to be strong for her. And then I became the coward. I am. And then you came back to repeat it a millennia later. Me, coward. Afraid to face the truth. Yes, I ran away in the middle of a battle. This week I've been looking at the maps to find out where I should go at the end of August after the North Pole, the first lake in the Dragon's Mouth. Sweden. And I remember myself there, on the shore of the lake back in the year 1090. Cowardly not to have screamed, to have run and cried instead of facing my own brother in the massacre that they were carrying out. It was months, if not years, before I knew how to return to the forge. A disgrace to the family. I did not even have the courage to face my father. I didn't even have the courage to go back to look for my brother. I am the family. Cowardice, guilt, loneliness, remorse, fear, abandonment. How many humans have lived similar stories? All of them. It is a common story among all. They are all great cosmic family. Do you see? You have lived these memories, and they led you to the same emotions as any other human being. As in any river, the sediments are the same, no matter how far you go looking into history. They all make up the same silt fertilized the fields, the valleys, the forests, the jungles in its path. The river, it connects all villages, all families as one. Me. What I feel, it belongs to everyone. I am. It is the story of every human, every son, every daughter, of every father and mother. Therefore, you have no choice but to live it. Therefore, there is no other solution but to flow with the river. The problem is to have created dams. Me, to have accumulated all of these pains that I am crying. I am. The subconscious is expressing itself in you, freeing itself from all that you accumulate and that you keep silent. Me. These days I've been asked to speak, but when I speak, it seems that it is worse, That I generate more conflict, more misunderstanding, more separation? I am, because you are speaking from a place that is not. You are afraid to let go of the flow in case you might hurt someone. Me, I don't want to harm anyone. I am, and that's why you are afraid of me, because you know that if you speak from me, many will get hurt. Me, I don't know what I have to release to find the neutral channel without hurting. I am, do not fear me. You are realizing today that after 335 days of the I am, that you fear the I am. You fear being what you are for occupying the spaces that you are not. Me, I don't know what I am. I thought I knew where I belonged, but these last weeks the river is blocking my every step. I feel my inner world crumbling. I am. Let yourself feel it. Rivers form valleys, which become canyons, and they leave the traces of the earth's history. Let the river run free. Release the emotional streams that you are blocking. Do not judge the stories that you cry about. Cry them out. Release them. Don't judge yourself for what you feel. Don't put logic to what you perceive. Let everything take its course. And when you stop wanting to control the river, it will show you the way. Me, for not wanting to listen to you, in the end, I listen to you too much. I am. That's a good thing about insomnia. Me, I hate cancer. I didn't want this year to end like this. I am. It's not over yet. This is just one step in a vast landscape. Me. Why were the two things that I wanted to celebrate with the number 333, the 333rd post, the 333rd alignment, the saddest day of the year? I am. Because in them, you expect to find something that you had not seen in yourself yet, and you are not yet ready. The road is not over yet. There are still many steps to take, many paths to walk. Celebration is realizing that there is something in you that forbids you to celebrate, that you are not yet free. It is the gentle psychological martyrdom that a walker must go through. Me, why? I am to wake up from this dream, to realize that you are a dreamer of dreamers, to wake up from the dream you thought you were living, to build the reality you intend to live. Me, every life I have been a dreamer, dreaming dreams that I dreamed. I am. Each life has been a river accumulating sediments to sow a new life. Me. And all I feel are the emotions of those dreams, which I am reminded of when I see others, and most of all you. I am. And here's why you fear me. Me. Because it was you who made me remember. I am. It was me who made you aware, and who has marked this life you lead, and you blame me for it. Me, yes, I am, and for that you blame yourself. You punish yourself by plunging into the shadows. Don't do it as a punishment. Do it to nurture yourself. Don't forbid yourself to feel what you feel. Let's stop talking. Let's stop putting reason into everything. And you know what? Me, what? I ask for your forgiveness. Me. Forgive me? I am. Sorry for pushing you to exist. Sorry for inviting you to dream. All I ever wanted was that you could be a dreamer like me. Me. We are both still trapped in YOSOY.RED, as if time has not passed. and all this was a nightmare or a dream. I am, maybe. The universe was waiting for us to have this conversation, to make us the call to be born. Me, what comes next? I am. Take a deep breath. For now, we must walk through the overflowing waters on the sides of the rivers and their deltas. Me, I can already feel it. I am. Lie back in the water and let yourself be carried by the current. Me, the time is 3:33 a.m. I am. Smiled. Me, smile. My heart